Welcome to Flip It with Chris. Trying something a little bit different today. We've had a bit of a Facebook find. Thought we picked up a new Sony camera, so let's get in front of the camera instead of all those overhead shots. I thought I'd introduce myself to self. I'm Chris. I'm part-time eBay reseller. Runs alongside my full-time job. Like many of you out there, with the cost of living getting all a lot harder, we thought there's got to be something else we can actually do to improve that income, pay some niceties, pay for the holidays, and that's what I started doing. Started reselling on eBay back in sort of June, July time last year. Probably found it when I was actually selling off all my old game collection and stuff the year before. Had the target, I wanted to treat myself to a new car, so I started selling it and realising a lot of money, sell really fast, and then I ended up watching through on YouTube and getting a lot of it recommended people, going through to the boot sales, picking up things, flipping it for a profit. I thought, oh, let's have a go at that, and here we are now in February, nearly first year behind us before we start the new tax year in April. Absolutely loving it. So like I said, follow along. I will share my finds and show what profit areas to be found and everything for it. But what we got today, all started on this Facebook Marketplace pickup, Nintendo 3DS. We had this one advertised on there. Shut it up for £60 with a handful of games as well. I noticed the Pokemon X game was in there. I thought, yeah, that's worth a bit of money for itself. We flipped these before for about £85 just for the console, so I knew my money was safe. Chatting back and forth a little bit on there, right, all agreed to go pick it up. And this is what I always like to do. Top tip for you, always ask, have you got anything else? So, any other games, consoles, anything like that, bit of a collector, love the retro handhelds consoles. And she goes, yeah, I think I have. We then ended up picking up another bundle of Nintendo consoles, retro consoles, and it gets even better. When I got there as well, she had actually found more. So I'm going to get you across and actually show you what we got, what we've picked up, and what we believe we're going to be able to sell them for as well. Hopefully, going to start doing some editing on the computer so I can actually flash up some sold listings as well up in the top corner. So you can see with me what profit we should be making from this £60 pickup of what we got on my packing table. Like I said, first time in front of the camera here, so I've got to get all the positioning all set up, but I was too excited not to get this on camera to be able to film it and show you what we got. So we know what we originally went across for was this Nintendo 3DS. Paid £60 for the bundle, we can get £85 just for the console. The games that came with the console I've got here, look, we're in the original listing. We've got profit in these straight away. So, we'll try and get them all on here. So we got Pokemon X on the Nintendo 3DS, get that in focus. All included, we can get £25 for that, sold listings. Animal Crossing came with it, that should fetch about £10, looking at all the sold listings, £8 to £10. We have got Mario Party Island Tour, we're getting about, what are we saying? So I've got a list down here. We're getting about £5 to £7 on that one. We have then got The Sims 3. We've got sold listings again, £5 to £8 on that one on the 3DS. Chocobo Tales, about a fiver. Another game on there as well, £5 to £6. And Resident Evil Revelations as well. This one's again about £8 to £10 on that one. So that was what was in the original bundle. Of course, having to ask, what else have you got? Have you got anything else? She goes, yeah, we have. Come through. Not one Game Boy Advance, but we picked up two, at £20 each. I have been home. I've still got to clean these all up. Haven't charged. Both fully work, which is fantastic. Now looking at these eBay solds, I'll hopefully be able to get some flashed up. We're going to start editing. You should see on the screen some finished listings recently. You should be looking at about, I don't know, £50 to £70 I believe on those ones. A couple of games come with it as well. So we've got Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. That one's sold listings on there about £10 to £12. ECK's Server versus Server. Not heard of that before. I think that's a £4 or £5 game. We can get some on the front. And then it got better again. When I actually arrived there, because she told me about the GBA before we got there, she's had another hunt out and she's actually found original Game Boy that used to be belonged to her gran. Looking minty fresh. Put some batteries in. the Game Boy came in an official Game Boy pouch. All the sealed headphones and link cable. We have got original instructions, a couple of games instructions as well. What I thought was really cool though, so you've got the warranty information. We got a Toys R Us receipt, original receipt from Toys R Us. Don't know if you can see that there. $99.99 paid for the Game Boy. This was back on the 6th of March 1992, original receipt in there. So that should help the auction, the eBay, to get some extra value inside that one. Now we paid, oh yeah, sorry, completely forgot to let you know, £20 for the whole Game Boy original, £20. And sold listings we should be, even if there's, I said, not fully tested yet, I think if we're looking at parts, £30 to £40 if it's not working, or sold listings, I think we're looking at about £60, £70 just for the Game Boy. Looking at the cases, which I also forgot to let you know, got a case, original Nintendo case for the Game Boy Advance. Official Nintendo. That case there is selling for, sorry, I've made a list. Case on here, we've got solds of £15 to £20 on that one. The case that came for the Game Boy as well, there's no sold listings this actual one. There's no one up there for £15 already, so we're going to aim for 10 to 15 on there. What also came in there is a Light Boy, which is when you add batteries, put it in under the Game Boy and allows you to play in the dark for you. We've got sold listings on there. I have actually had a little play with it. Unfortunately couldn't get it to work. I've got to clean it up. It might just be because of the battery acid, but parts are selling for about £15 to £20 as well on there. So hopefully we can get that all working. And it didn't stop there. Not only did she have that original Game Boy Color as well, green one. Unfortunately I have tested this. It doesn't work. Paid a tenner for it in good faith, hoping it's going to work. But we have actually seen sold listings were in just for parts, £30 to £40. Hopefully flash that up on the list, up on the screen for you. A couple of Game Boy games that came with it as well. We've got Scrabble, and so we've got the instructions with that one, and the puzzle collection as well. And they both sell for £10 each. So, adding that all up, total spend we spent £110 from the original £60 listing. Obviously we paid some more with the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy as well. And adding all those up, which you hopefully would have seen on screen up in the corner somewhere, if I've been any good with the first time editing, we will see we've made, if we're aiming for the lower end of it, about £345 I've managed to add up through sold listings on there. We might get a little bit more, we might get a little bit less. Of course we've got to then take your 20% tax, got to take your eBay fees and everything out of it, but not bad for an afternoon's work I would think, which all started with the Game Boy, Nintendo 3DS and that magic question, have you got anything else? Don't forget that, that's my top tip for the day. When picking up stuff from Facebook Marketplace, what else have you got? Have you got any other retro consoles, games, handhelds? Bit of a collector, do love that. Hopefully you enjoy this new side of the videos. It's going to get better. Like I said, picked up this new Sony camera. We're up to 78 subscribers, so thank you very much for all of you that have been following along with the journey. So it's new from the 1st of January. Please, if you're new to it and you do like what you're seeing, hit subscribe button, hit like, give us some feedback. Please let me know down in the comments how I should be able to improve. I know I got to get better at editing. I know I got to get the backdrop sorted. This was my first time taking the video, getting in front of the camera. Hopefully doing it just in one take as well, but we're going to edit a few bits in and out for it and see what we can do. Thank you very much for joining Flip It with Chris. I've been Chris. I'll see you soon.